We know you're busy and that you can't always find the time to tune in live to the Daily Breakfast Show. So we've handpicked the very best of this past week's news, and together with our show sponsors MB Crusher, we're delighted to bring you the Weekend Wrap. In this week's show, we take a look at Hitachi's new wheel loader range. We check out a new line of quick couplers from Arden equipment, and we get up close with the biggest dump truck in the world. All that and much more besides on the Weekend Wrap. Okay, brace yourselves. The machine you're about to see is 67 feet long. It stands 26 feet tall and 32 feet wide. It's powered by not one, but two 16-cylinder diesel engines that each deliver 2,300 horsepower, and they propel the machine to a top speed of 40 miles an hour. Empty, this truck weighs 360 tons, and it can carry 450 tons of material. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give you the Bellaz 75-710.
the first in the UK Cat 395 excavator. Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here with Ronnie Howard, and he is MD of Cat Plant. Ronnie, I've been wanting to come up and see you for many, many years, and we've finally got around to it.
We wondered why you were early at 6 o'clock.
Absolutely, and we finally got around to it because you've got this fantastic new Cat 395. But folks, as I've come round the site here, it is a mega smorgasbord of equipment, particularly from Caterpillar. Ronnie, this is really important to you that you've bought this new piece of kit in a number of different ways. You talked to me earlier. First of all, it's around making sure that you're getting best at fuel efficiency, because we're seeing red and white diesel out there, folks. And secondly, you really do look after your operators and make sure they get the right equipment and cycle that out. Tell me about this big investment.
This was to replace the 390 FLME, which we bought 5 years ago new, finnings, and obviously big fuel consumption, so anything to save fuel. The new generation of machines that we've taken prior to the 95 have been better on the fuel, so basically a replacement after a 5-year working programme, 5-year full warranty package and maintenance on the new machine gives us peace of mind. But when we want the machine, it's there, it's ready to go, and we're seeing a massive improvement in production, and we're seeing a decrease in fuel consumption.
So that's really significant here, because your profits depend on being super efficient, but also you're getting a lot from your customers asking you about how carbon efficient you are and how sustainable you are here. And what's really significant here, I've driven through the site with Ronnie moments ago. Ronnie, it's the operation, it's really well put together. I mean, you've got, this machine is feeding a GC320, which is then feeding your mobile crushing unit from Terex Finlay. And what's significant is the fact that when we go around the other parts of the site, we've also got new equipment and new Caterpillar machines coming through. Tell me about this whole process and why Caterpillar, why finning, and also what's really important to you.
We've had a long-standing relationship with Caterpillar, and through the finning, I mean, with 41 years, my late father-in-law developed a relationship when it was Leverton's.
Right.
And
okay.
So the Leverton finning brand supporting the Caterpillar, and we've always seen that if we can keep the machines in good order, that the resale value is very, very good. They may be more expensive at the start, but they're very, very good. We're getting a real good deal on part exchanging. If we look after that machine and we can turn them round in 3 years or 5 years on the bigger equipment, we're seeing that the cost of replacement is not a big lump of money every time. And that to us is where we work, and we've got new equipment for the drivers, we've got reliability, when we want it, it's there, and we're seeing other savings, as in we're not seeing big maintenance costs because the warranty period covers a lot of the maintenance, and we used to run a fleet of 375s, we were using more oil than we were fuel.
Just before Christmas, you might recall that we brought you some very brief but tantalising footage of a new Hitachi wheel loader that was coming down the road. Well, that wheel loader has now arrived, and I can show it to you right now. All the latest news, views, video and comment from the demolition and construction industry. Live and interactive each weekday morning at 10 a.m. GMT. Tune in, take part on the Breakfast Show, live. A cross-party House of Lords committee has criticised the track record of the Construction Industry Training Board and suggested it should be improved or replaced. The House of Lords Built Environment Committee, chaired by Baroness Neville Rolfe, published its report into meeting housing demand following a 6-month inquiry. The wide-ranging report highlights barriers to house building and makes policy recommendations across a number of areas, including tackling skill shortages within the construction industry. The report heavily criticises the CITB, saying it has not addressed the construction skills shortage in an effective manner over many years. It calls on ministers to look at the way the CITB can upgrade its training offer for construction professionals. The report has also warned that failure to recruit and train the skills required to build new homes should cause the government to consider potential alternative models for a national careers body. The report also questioned the effectiveness of the government's apparent apprenticeship levy, calling for greater focus on diversity, and said official figures for the construction industry should include those employed in factories related to construction as well. By now, we all know the benefits of quick couplers, and we're all familiar with the capabilities of systems from the likes of Oil Quick and Lenhoff. But what if you want a quick hitch in a fetching shade of royal blue? What if you want it with a bit of French flair, a certain je ne sais quoi? Well, not a problem. The Madames and Messieurs of Arden have got you covered. Daniel, tell us more.
Good morning everyone, this is Daniel Dupuis from Arden Equipment. I'm here today to present the all-in-one quick hitch from Arden Equipment. Why all-in-one? Because it's a fully hydraulic quick hitch which allows you to use either hydraulic oil, water, electricity or even grease through the quick hitch. This way the operator doesn't have to come down from the cab anymore, reducing all possibilities of accidents. We're launching today the AIO 550, which is made for excavators from 20 to 30 tons. We have its little sister as well, the AIO 350, which is for excavators from 12 to 19 tons. Yes, today in the background you can see that we're using it either on a demolition scissor, hydraulic breaker or a sorting grab. We have installed at the back of the cabin a water pump which allows the operator to be totally able to work for half a day with an hydraulic pump that's been fitted. The advantage of it, as you will see later on, is that we can use it also with our Arden Equipment pulverization system, which allows us to reduce the dust on the ground. It's the Arden Jet. You will see it as well later. Arden Equipment is always striving to get attachments that are more and more proficient and also with a better productivity. With the Arden Jet, we use only from 8 to 10 liters of water per minute, and with the quick hitch system, fully hydraulic, we can change the tools within less than 10 seconds. We're here today in Nantes, which is on the west side of France. We're grateful that we have a fantastic weather and we're able to show that the dust suppression system works well.
Few weeks, I've been following an online video series from the dump truck manufacturer Bell. The series is called Unboxing Your Bell, and each episode, and there have been 5 so far, well, 4 and an intro, each episode looks at a different aspect of a Bell truck. Subjects so far have included speed limits, collision protection, and skip safety. Now, unfortunately or fortunately, depending how you look at it, all of the films are quite detailed and have therefore been just a bit too long to feature on this show. However, the company has just released the latest episode on Bill's anti-roll system. And with just a little bit of editing, we've managed to get it down to a more manageable size. So while you're watching that, I will post a link in the chat so you can watch the rest of the series. But for now, take it away, Tim.
Hey Bell fans, this is Tim Ellis and welcome to another episode of Unboxing Your Bell. Today we're going to look at how your Bell machine handles steep hills and prevents rollback to take the danger out of those steep hills. We all know how dangerous steep slopes can be, but when last did you take your fully laden Bell machine up a steep incline and just take your foot off the accelerator pedal? Did you know that your Bell machine has got software built in that automatically calculates when the engine can no longer keep the machine from rolling back down the hill? At that point, it automatically calculates the pressure that needs to be applied on the brakes, applies them, and prevents the machine from rolling back down the hill. And if your machine doesn't have controlled brakes, the park brake applies. So let's go and have a look and see what that looks like in action. So welcome back to the cabin, and we're here going to take a look at the anti-roll feature here at Bell Equipment on our 20% incline test hill. So what we're going to do is we're going to drive up this hill and we're going to slowly take my foot off the accelerator pedal. We're going to watch the brake pressure applying. That's why we're on the specific diagnostic screen that you can see on your screen right now. And the brakes and retarders, we're going to take a look at the brake pressure and we're going to see how that clamps us and holds us and prevents us from rolling back down the hill. So let's go into drive and we're going to start heading up the hill. As I said, it's a 20% incline, which is quite a steep incline, especially for most torque converters. And what I'm going to do is I'm slowly going to take my foot off the accelerator pedal, and there you see the brake pressure increases and it holds us. And again, the beauty about this feature is that as I put my foot back onto the accelerator pedal, it prevents us from rolling back, allows us to just launch on up the hill, and no rollback necessary. Right, now that we've done anti-roll forward, let's see how that works even in reverse. So again, we're on the hill, I'm in reverse, and as you can see on the screen, the brake retarder pressure has fallen away, but as I take my foot off the accelerator pedal, we see that it applies, and as it does so, it prevents us from rolling back forward down the hill, and that would cause the vehicle to stall and may even cause more serious repercussions. The beauty about it is that as we saw in forward, I can just touch my foot back on the accelerator pedal, the brake pressure falls away, and we're reversing up the hill without rolling back down the hill.